Hello everybody, it's your boy N here. I'm coming at you guys with another YouTube video. So in today's video, my friends, I'm going to be giving you a build guide on the Incarnon Latron or Latron Prime or Latron Wraith. So without further ado guys, let's get right on into today's video. So people, first of all, let's go on over the Incarnon path. So first of all, we're obviously going to have the Incarnon evolution number 1. And then for evolution number 2, we're going to have increased damage by 12%. Plus 30 direct damage per status type affecting the target. And for the next one, we are going to go with minus 60% recoil. And for the last one, we are going to increase crit chance by 24%. And we're going to increase our crit damage by 0.2%. Now, in case you can't tell already, this is going to be a complete AOE build. So this is all going to be about punching the area of effect to the max. So let's get on into the config. So people, for the config, this is what you are going to want to run. Galvanized Chamber for multi-shot, Prime Firestorm for that blast radius, giving us that great AoE effect. Prime Fast Hands for some good reload on this. Prime Bane of Grania, I've made it specific to Grania. If you want to do Corrupted, Corpus or Infested, you know, feel free to shift this, but I'm doing this primarily for Grania. Hunter Munition for that slash, because that is basically the status we're all going to rock, and this will basically help us take this Incarnon Wraith or Incarnon Latron all the way up to level cap, because that is, you know, the effect we need. Critical Delay for crit chance, Vigilante Armaments for multi-shot, and Vital Sense for crit damage. Now, as you can see, there's no Riven here, and if you were to get a Riven, the best stats would be ideally crit chance, crit damage, multi-shot, or maybe fire rate, and then with a harmless negative. So if you were to get a crit chance Riven, I would replace critical delay, or a crit damage Riven, I would replace vital sense. As you can see, this does have 5 Riven dispositions, so this is a very effective weapon to get a Riven on, but there's no Riven here, as you can see. Now for the xAlisa slot, we are going to actually use primed ammo mutation. Now, primed ammo mutation is very, very good, and this is what's going to keep us kicking in the higher waves of, you know, disruption or whatever the hell else you want to run this for, but it's going to keep us kicking, and good ammo is always welcome. Now, for the arcane, we are going to be going with primary merciless for damage and a little bit of extra reload speed. Now, again, you can replace this with primary deadhead. If we are rocking the Incarnon, it does add a touch more damage, and it gives you more headshot multiplier and less recoil if you do want that. Now, it's completely interchangeable between deadhead and merciless, but I like to use merciless because, like I said, this is AoE, and after I've got the Incarnon charged up, I like to spray with the Incarnon instead of aiming for the headshots when it's not Incarnon. However, if you were to still use this for headshots and stuff like that, I would suggest the deadhead, because it is just overall more effective, especially with that 30% multiplier. So people, I'm going to run on into the simulacrum, and I'm going to show you what this Latron Wraith can do. One quick thing that I wanted to mention before I forget is the arcane you run on your warframe. So obviously if you search up primary arcanes, you could run Arcane Rise, which just straight up gives the Latron a ton of extra damage on reload, or you could run Arcane Rage, so it's the same thing except on headshot. Or if you do want a little bit more fire rate from it, then I would recommend running Arcane Acceleration, but it does vary based on the build and what sort of damage you're going for. But overall, I would recommend Arcane Rise for this config. But yeah. Okay, so people, we are now in the simulacrum, so I'm going to show you what this Latron Wraith can do. Now, like I said, running Arcane Rise is ideal, and as you can see, this thing does shoot pretty well. Arcane Rise has been triggered, so I'm just going to quickly pop a haste mode just for a tiny bit of extra damage. And as you can see here, 3 bullets, and we have procced our Incarnon form. Now, over here, you just spray it, and as you can see here, hitting red crits, left, right, center, and all you do is spam this, and eventually all the enemies drop dead with that hunter munition kicking in. Now, if you are after a little bit of a faster result, what I can recommend is Eclipse, Roar, Zata's Whisper. You get the gist. So I'm going to proc the Incarnon form again. I'm just going to quickly respawn all them enemies. So quickly gonna trigger the Incarnon form again. However, I'm gonna trigger Eclipse with it. And as you can see here, significantly faster. The AOE is going crazy. As you can see, the multi-shot is making you shoot these bullets everywhere. It's going all over the room. This is definitely a very capable weapon, and having it in an AOE config just makes it significantly easier, and you do get quite a decent kick out of the Incarnon form. So, you know, taking care of enemies, red critting everything out here is very, very fun. Now the primary merciless is stacked up. As you can see here, we are literally just a few bullets and ripping through every enemy over here. That AOE goodness is kicking in, and you know, it's very, very effective. So guys, I'm going to run on into Steel Path, and I'm going to show you what this absolute monster of a weapon is capable of doing up against regular enemies that stand absolutely no chance up against it. Okay, so people, we are in the Void. As you can see, just getting a few kills with the Latron Wraith, and then the Incarnon's all good to go. And as you can see, this is just ripping all these enemies apart. Single bullet does the job, and all the AOE, the multi-shot, is basically carrying this, and this Wraith is just ripping apart these enemies. So you know, this weapon is very, very capable. You guys can see Corrupted Vor is down here. Oh, no, where is he? Oh yeah, there he is. Corrupted Vor was down here. Corrupted Vor is also gone. It literally took one bullet, letting the Hunter munition take care of him, and another bullet for extra measure, because why not? And yeah, Corrupted Vor is very much gone. You can see how we just ripped him apart. So you know, that's a very, very promising sign of how good this weapon is. Okay people, Acolyte is on its way again. So let's quickly get the Incarnon charged up. 2-3 bullets over there. Incarnon's kicking, and let's show you how we take care of an Acolyte with this weapon. As you can see, 2-3 bullets, Acolyte does not survive. Even 2 bullets would kill him if you give it time, but we just wanted to delete him from existence. So you know, that's how you do it with the Latron. Okay, so people, after 2.5 hours of disruption, we are at level cap. So as you can see, the enemies are level 9,999. So the way that you would play the Latron at this stage is quite literally charge your Incarnon and basically battle with the enemies to get the shields down. But once the shields are down, as you can see like that, their health just gets absolutely demolished by this Latron Wraith. So people, I just wanted to mention that I did change the Bane mod for running this specifically, because I am running up against Corpus enemies, as you guys can see. Yeah, so I switched the Bane of Grenier mod out to Bane of the Corpus, and that is the only change I've made to this config, and that's just something to bear in mind. It is better to use the direct enemy faction you're up against, but even if I left Bane of the Grenier on, it still would have had a boost in damage up against Corpus just in general. But yeah, this is a very capable weapon. As you can see, I'm not struggling with level cap or anything. It takes you a while to shoot and get to the kill, but you know what? You do get there eventually, and this weapon can very, very much handle the level cap. So that's been the video on the Latron. I do hope you have enjoyed, guys. This weapon is broken, and if you agree, please do drop a like. Any comments, any criticism, any help you guys need, please do leave it in the comment section below. But other than that, I hope you've enjoyed. Please do drop a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.